In this video, we're going to go through the process of first picking out a micro SaaS idea, 2 designing it, 3 building it, all in this video. So we're going to try to do it in less than 15 minutes. And I'm going to give a lot of tips and tricks throughout the video on how you can build faster. So let's get started. The idea I picked was generating videos from pictures and photos. The way that I found that idea is I went into Exploding Insights. Then I just searched for video because I'm interested in creating a video product right now. And then what Exploding Insight does is it will bring up a table of ideas. And one of the ideas that it brought up was animate your photos to bring them alive. So that's the pain point that the app will try to solve. And this is the revenue that has already been generated by this idea, which is almost $75,000 of lifetime revenue. It's already validated. So this is the idea phase. And now let's move on to the design phase. In the design phase, I've already done this, but I think this step would take around like less than an hour. Basically, what I did was I used one of the AI design tools, V0, to design this mockup. And you can see that it's a basic mockup where the user can input their information. So like their social media, buttons to create video. This is a pretty basic dashboard, and this is what it will look like when there are videos generated. So this is the dashboard. And then the second component where the user will go through the different steps to create their video. It's a basic flow where they create the videos shown on the dashboard. The point isn't to go through the entire design process, but it's just to note that your design doesn't have to be perfect, and it can be a high level view of your app because you can change it later down in the road. So don't spend too much time on this, just get a working design. So that's the design phase, right? So from the idea, we just want to create a basic design where there's like a dashboard and there is the main functionality, right? That is the design phase. Let's move on to the building phase. I already have a working app. This is for Django, but the tips and process I'm going through right now can be applied to any framework, any library, any whatever. Just notice the tips and like process that I'm using, and then just apply it to whatever you're building with. So basically, I have this boilerplate setup where it's just a basic dashboard. So let me show you guys what it is. So this is on my local host. So the first tip is to create a boilerplate. You can copy to different pages so that it saves you a lot of time. So what I already have on this page is I have the column with the button, the app name, and then I just have this board where I will put the actual business logic or app. This is tip 1, where you want to create a small component that you can copy off into your new apps, new pages. That will save you a lot of time. The second step is we want to use Cursor and click on Command L, which will bring up this chatbot. And then this is the key. You want to screenshot your app, like screenshot the design. In Cursor, you can now add more than one image. So before you can only add one image, but now you can add more. Let's add 2 images, right? So just for this video, let's just only create the dashboard. So this is the dashboard that you can see. There are a lot of different buttons, a lot of different grids, a lot of colors, right? So we just want to screenshot it and then drag both images into Cursor. So just to go over again, we have both images in Cursor, right? This is image 1, this is image 2 from my design board. It has the context of our current code. So now we need to convert the images into code, both images where one is empty state and one is where just use dummy use, do not make an actual API call. So the prompt is I told it to convert the images into code and then just to use dummy data because it'll try to call an API endpoint that doesn't exist. So just tell it to use dummy values. And actually, this is another bonus tip, which is that if you want to improve how the design is converted, one extra step that you can do is you can use like ChatGPT or some other AI system to convert, like to tell it to describe the image as detailed as possible and then copy and paste that description into Cursor. So I'll do an example of that later, but that's one bonus tip of how you can actually improve how well it converts the image or the design to actual code. So right now, let's just copy and paste this and let's see what it looks like. This was before I made any code changes, and let's see after. This is what it looks like. There are a few errors, but you can see the design It's not perfect, but pretty good. This was done in less than a minute or two. We can't complain. So there are a few errors to fix. This is how you can solve these errors fast. The problem is it's not being represented correctly. So you can do Control L again, just copy the entire code and then open the chatbot and just tell it the value is not being shown properly. So this is an example of how you can debug fast in Cursor, especially if you don't know how to code and maybe you're starting, but you just want to speed up the entire process. Just give it the error message first, and then you can try to debug it. This is the response, and then you can just click apply, and this will like apply all the changes. And then let's copy, refresh it. Look, great, amazing. There's this video here. First video, compare button as this. The thumbnail, it doesn't have this little like counter, but it's okay. It's okay. This is all done in like less than a few minutes, so we cannot complain. And then what we can do is we can test it when there are no videos. Delete or comment this out, refresh it. So this is the other image we put in. This is the empty state where there are no videos, where we have create video and learn more. And you can see that the design, again, the design is not perfect, but like, we're not beggars here. This is a lot better than what I would have done anyway. We take those. This is the other image that it was able to generate, and I would say that I'm pretty happy with it. That's it for this video. I will create another video where I design this page where the user can like select different options. So this will be in a separate video, but this video just show you guys how you can use Cursor to have multiple images go from idea to design to app as fast as possible. See you next time.